A couple of things that come to mind for me of like tools that I've seen be helpful and some that I've employed. One is to play a little game called How Would an Empathetic Person Respond in This Situation?
Yeah,
Because
I
if
like
we
that
feel
game.
like I'm not very empathetic, we might, and you kind of mentioned it too, of like, just think ahead and say, well, if I was super empathetic, what would I do in this
Yeah.
moment? Okay, then go do that. And I think one of the traps we fall into is we think I can only do it if I'm really feeling it.
Yes.
And if I'm not really feeling that, so I just don't say anything or I don't enter
Otherwise
in.
it's
Like,
fake.
you know what? It's okay to try to like try on empathy and be like, I think an empathetic person would grab their hand and look them in the eye and say, I understand how you're feeling. Okay, I'm going to try that. You know, and it may feel inside may feel a little fake, but I will tell you in the moment in that relationship, it comes across like, wow, they're really making an effort. And even if it's a little stilted or less than natural, I think that if it's a spouse in this situation or a friend, it's like, wow, they're trying. And that can open some doors. Another tool, I think we've talked a lot about things like a Fanos check-in, where on a regular basis, whether it's nightly or a few times a week, you and your spouse sit together and specifically have an opportunity to share feelings.
Yeah.
Here's something I've been feeling today. And if you're the one receiving their check-in or hearing their feelings, to really listen. And if you're not sure you totally understand the feeling they're expressing, to ask, exploring questions like, can you tell me a little more about like, why did that situation cause you to feel such anxiety? I'm really curious about that. Or it'd be helpful for me to hear more of what you were going through because I didn't realize that was happening. So just those opportunities to check in, I think are big. I would say for me, one of the most important tools was to listen for feelings, not facts.
Yeah.
Listen for the feeling, not the facts. Because my wife, especially in that first year of recovery, would be emotionally sharing something about how I always did this or that. And I would hone in on the fact of
Yeah.
like, well, not always.
Yes.
Because there was this time I didn't and this time I didn't. And what I would miss in that moment is I was totally undercutting her feelings.
Right.
I was getting focused on the truth of let's actually count up how many times it was.
Yeah.
When what she needed me to hear was, wow, in these situations, I have consistently caused you pain. Is that how you're feeling? Like,